Hello, my name is Steve and welcome to Do Education. This here is a free English video that is designed to help you study English. Do Education is a free English website. It's designed to help you. There are free English lessons every day, Monday through Friday, and also, as mentioned, the English videos. To get access to all of this for free, you can go to www.study-english-now.com. You can also follow us on Twitter. The first one is English_lessons, and this is every time I create a new free English lesson, I tweet about it. And the other one is doeducation_CEO. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, and every time you can have the settings so that every time I add a new video, it'll go to you. Okay, so welcome. And the first thing I'd like to talk about are some idioms. Now you can see the first idiom would be hot under the collar. And hot under the collar is if someone is hot, they get very angry. See, he got very hot under the collar when I suggested that he might be mistaken. The issue of waste disposal is getting a lot of people hot under the collar. So if you can just imagine how uncomfortable that is, you're wearing a shirt and it's really hot, maybe a very hot summer day. Well, that would make you feel uncomfortable if your collar or your neck, which is your collar around your neck, is very tight. So if it's hot under the collar, then you might get angry. And in this case, it's the idiom. This one here, bring the house down. If someone brings the house down during a play or show, they make the people watching it laugh or clap very loudly. So in this case, they're talking about on a stage or in a big, huge event. See, the clown sang a duet with the talking horse, which brought the house down every night. So they're just saying, keep in mind, people watching it are laughing and clapping very, very loudly. So I hope that helps you understand these idioms today. So also within the article, what we had in the class was all of these vocabulary words. Now they are all generally related to the medical industry because this lesson is about H1N1 flu. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read these twice, and what I like you to do as the listener to this video is just all you have to do is you can repeat the word as I say it. And of course, here's the definition, which you can read on your own time, and you can pause the video or whatever you want. Okay, so here we go. Don't forget just to repeat after I say. Okay. Fatal. Fatal. Autopsy. Autopsy. Cadaver. Cadaver. Thoracic. Thoracic. Respiratory. Respiratory. Severe. Severe. Acute. Acute. Indicate. Indicate. Necrotize. Necrotize. Necrosis. Necrosis. Bronchiolitis. Bronchiolitis. Inflammation. Inflammation. Okay, we'll go to the next page. Airway. Airway. Passage. Passage. Hemorrhagic. Hemorrhagic. Co-infection. Co-infection. bear, bear. Underlying, underlying. Adequately, adequately. Chronic, chronic. Aberrant, aberrant. Oops, I'm sorry about that. Immune, immune. Vigorous, vigorous. Viral, viral. So once again, I hope that helps you with pronunciation of these words. Now, here's the article title. Rapidly fatal swine flu kills in different ways. It's a study. Now, basically here is the article, and I'm going to go ahead and read it. And if you can see, when I'm reading it, it's good for pronunciation, it's good for listening for flow, you can hear it. So we'll start right here. People who die of swine flu contract a rapidly fatal form of the disease and tend to die of lung injury, although it strikes different people in different ways. An autopsy study showed Thursday. So when they researched about the body or they examined the body, that's what basically they're talking about. In the first study of its kind, researchers in Brazil examined 21 patients aged 1 to 68 who died in Sao Paulo with confirmed H1N1 infections in July and August. All 21 patients presented a progressive and rapidly fatal form of the disease. The study, which will be published in January 1st issue of the American Thoracic Society's American Journal of Respiratory and Critical Care Medicine, found all were found to have died of severe acute lung injury, but with 3 distinct patterns of damage to their lungs, the study said, indicating to the researchers that swine flu killed in distinctive ways. So they killed in a specific way, which was damage to the lung. All patients have a picture of acute lung injury, said the study's lead author, Thas Maud, an associate professor of the Department of Pathology at Sao Paulo University. But some of the patients had only acute lung injury, while in others it was associated with necrotizing bronchiolitis, severe inflammation of the small airway passages in the lungs, and in others there was a hemorrhagic pattern, Maud said. Patients with necrotizing bronchiolitis were more likely to also have a bacterial co-infection, while patients with heart disease and cancer were more likely to have a hemorrhagic condition in their lungs. So basically they're saying it's all affecting their lungs. But what happens is basically there's just explaining 2 different kinds, right? Necrotizing bronchiolitis, and you can refer to the definitions about what this is. And this one here is hemorrhagic condition. So it's all attacking the lungs. It is important to bear in mind that patients with underlying medical conditions must be adequately monitored since they are at greater risk of developing a severe H1N1 infection, said Maud. Now, bear in mind means to remember. We should remember. 16 of the patients had chronic underlying health conditions such as health disease or cancer, the study found. The researchers also found evidence of an aberrant immune response in the lungs of some of the patients, which suggests that an overly vigorous host inflammatory response triggered by the viral infection may spill over to and damage lung tissue, causing acute lung injury and fatal respiratory failure, said John Hefner, a former president of the American Thoracic Society. Well, that's a handful. That means it was a lot to read. And I hope that it helped you when I did read it. And you can also refer to the definitions that I've prepared at the beginning of this lesson.